Hi guys! So I thought I would show you what I've been working on lately. So I have a couple sketches here and I'll probably bring you closer in a bit, but I really wanted to draw a train scene, particularly a Tokyo train scene. My Pinterest board is full of these really cute trains in Tokyo, and I've been really inspired by that lately, and I thought I would kind of share a little bit of how I kind of create illustrations. Specifically lately, I've been really into scenes and scenery and sort of creating an atmosphere or a mood or a vibe or in a place. And so that's kind of what I've been inspired by lately, which is why I wanted to draw a train scene. So before I do anything, I usually find reference images. So I will show you the reference images that I was using particularly to sketch out these scenes here. So for this first scene, I found this reference image on Pinterest, and I think it's Tokyo. I might not be 100% sure, but I wanted to, first of all, you can see that the reference photo is in portrait size, but I really wanted to do a landscape just so I could have as much detail in the image as possible. Since it's a train, you know, trains are horizontal, so I think drawing in a landscape size will make the scene have a little bit more of a train in it, if that makes sense. So what I usually do is I will find reference photos and I will just do a quick doodle or a quick thumbnail doodle, and usually I can do this multiple times depending on how I'm feeling. For this one, I just did it kind of once, and I usually also like combine references. So I really liked this reference with the train and the cherry blossom tree, but I thought it would be interesting to add a character or two characters kind of sitting on the steps. So I have that kind of visually here. It's more of like a blob, but this is just to get my idea down. And then I found this reference image on Pinterest of this girl and a cat, and I thought that would be really cute to add into this scene. So that's kind of how I sketched out this idea. For the other idea, this one here, I wanted to draw like the road, the train, cherry blossom trees, and also another character walking on the crosswalk. with the train passing by in the background. I thought that would be really cute, so this was inspired by this one here. This is this idea. I think this is the one that I'm going to go with first. I want to eventually sketch all of them, but I think this is the one that I'm going to do first. And then lastly, I have this one where it's like a train with the trees and on a track, and I thought this would be so picturesque and cute. I want to have more of the train in the image, so it looks a little bit different from the reference, which is what I always aim for. My goal is not necessarily to copy exactly what I see in the reference, but to take bits and pieces and sort of create my own scene, using the reference as a guide. That's what I did here. And so yeah, I really like all of the sketches that I did, but I think the first one that I'm going to try to bring to life and clean up a bit and do some more sketching, some more ideas, is with this one, with the character on the crosswalk with the train in the background. So what I want to do now is take a little bit of break from the iPad and work in my sketchbook for a little bit. So we are on my Pinterest, and I have this board that, I don't know, I call it beautiful, but honestly it's just kind of saving any kind of imagery that I find pretty or very inspiring or calming and interesting. So this is where I got all my train reference images from. And one of my favorite features of Pinterest is that when you open one pin, if you go underneath it, it will kind of show you similar pins with the same vibes that you're going for. So here's another one, and this train is pink. How cute is that? So I'm just gonna save that. You can kind of see this is kind of where I usually spend most of my time trying to get ideas. I love this one. I love that, I don't know if it's like edited, but I love the idea of like cherry blossom petals flowing in the wind, so I'll definitely keep that in mind. I also really like this one because it kind of gives me color inspiration. So green and pink are complementary colors, so if I was to do train in a green color, then it would really complement the cherry blossoms crosswalk. And see if Pinterest can bring up anything. Okay, so I'm getting the Tokyo and crosswalk, but not train. So let's just keep searching. This process usually takes a really long time before I land on something that I feel is like golden. And sometimes it's like combining multiple images. Okay, this one's pretty good. I like the idea of like buildings in the background. I'm gonna save that, and then underneath it, let's see if we can get anything else. Okay, I really like this. I really like these signs with yellow and black. I think that is also really cute and can add to the whole street vibe. So yeah, this is how I usually bring together my references and start to bring an image to life. Okay, so sketched out a bit more. Honestly, this is just a really good warm-up activity to do. I played around with the composition a bit, and I really liked the overall composition, but I felt like the background is a bit empty, so I thought it would be cool to add a few buildings in the background, supposing that this is kind of like urban in Tokyo kind of vibe. So I think adding some buildings in the background will kind of help fill up a little bit of that negative space, and then have the cherry blossom trees like just peeking out here and there. I really wanted to show this process because it's not pretty, it's very messy, and things are still kind of blurry, and you know, like I think that it's so important to see that a good illustration kind of starts off a little bit messy, a little bit weird, a little bit, you know, like all over the place. But then you slowly refine and refine and refine until you eventually have a good solid sketch to work with. So now that I kind of have played around with a couple ideas with the buildings in the background especially, I'm going to take this idea and go back in Procreate and kind of start to clean things up a bit, kind of get things a little bit more clear for myself.